Greetings everyone. In this video I want to talk about hereditary diseases.
Greetings. This infinite source truth is made possible by the generous contributions and support of viewers like you. Please consider making a contribution now. Thank you.
Okay, so hereditary diseases is a term that they like to use for those who are in the same family who all seem to have the same lifestyles passed down to them, and therefore they end up with the same diseases because habits are very similar. Now, whether it be hypertension, high blood pressure, whatever disease it is, there is a common denominator, not just in your DNA and your heritage, and you may be prone to that type of disease, but if you have raised yourself out of the red zone and you have unlocked your script, then does that have to be part of your game experience? Well, no, it doesn't, unless you believe it is. Doctors will tell you, well, it's a hereditary disease. It's a hereditary disease. And your subconscious program believes that it's a hereditary disease and that you are subject to it. Well, if you believe it, then that's exactly what you will receive. I want to address hereditary diseases, and many of them. Stress. Stress causes a lot of diseases. Stress comes from choices. Choices to obsess over things, choices to worry and fear, and to be overworked, overly invested your energies in something. And usually stress comes from work or family dynamics. Moves are stressful. Relationships can be stressful. Work can be stressful. Keeping your business running and dealing with your employees and customers can be stressful. Living life at times can be stressful. How you deal with situations, people, and these types of things determines your stress level. Whether, neutrality and not being so invested in something really helps in this game. It helps your stress level. Now, that doesn't mean to be totally careless and not address issues when they need to be addressed. Stress is created most of the time by our choices. All right, they're results of choices. For instance, if you have a mortgage, which is not a beneficial thing for a source player, it's debt. But if you have a mortgage and you have missed your payments for whatever reason, stress. Now, you get foreclosed on and you are removed from that house. Was that stress? How did that stress come about? What was the cause of that stress? It was because of choices. First choice being that you got a mortgage, that you bought a house, that you got a mortgage on that house, that you were unable to pay a bill, which then continued on. The choice can be related to something far back, but it was still a choice, and you have to recognize that this game is built around your responses and your choices in this game. When you have a family, there's a lot more stress because then it's not just you involved, it's everyone under your roof. It's the responsibility for your minor children. It's responsibility and cares for their lives and what they're experiencing in this game. Stress actually is also a choice. It comes from how you handle and what you think and how you feel about the circumstances that you are currently in and that are surrounding you. Now, when it's a hereditary disease, you will find that you grew up in a household whose parents grew up in another household, and so therefore the types of dynamics in a household or the tendencies of that personality has rubbed off on you growing up. And so you have adapted some of the very same behaviors that those households that you grew up in. So therefore, hereditary. And then when you hear that there is such a thing as hereditary diseases, then you start obsessing over it and worrying about it. And by obsessing and worrying over it, you create that very thing that you don't want. You make healthy choices for yourself. You make the best healthy choices for yourself. And you play your game in full awareness of how the game runs and works. You can do this. Now, I'll also add here, if you have something going on in your game experience that you have not been able to get all control over, then there is nothing wrong with going and seeing a doctor and taking prescribed medications if they are required to assist you to get out of that experience that you're currently experiencing. But you need to be aware that there are many options in dealing with these things. And does it mean that you have to be on anything for the rest of your life experience? Absolutely not. But you need to be aware and make smart choices for yourself. Now, you can do this. If you find the information that I'm sharing in these videos beneficial to you, then it benefits you to say thank you with a gift via PayPal. The link is in the description box below. Abundance, health, and prosperity to you.